We're like, it's the Tank and G show. Yeah, you know what it do. We talk about sports and we talk about you. Let's go.
What's good, my beautiful people? We're back on another episode. It's your boy, Tonka. What it
It's
do?
your boy. What's up? It's your boy Gio.
How you doing, G? Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. Doing good. Productive day. As I mentioned to you yesterday, I got new internet, so it should be really fast now. I checked, so um, I'm excited. A lot smoother. Obviously, I video game a lot, so I already noticed the benefits of it. Fast internet, fast downloads. But that came back from the gym before the show, trying to get back at it. I've been going hard again because yeah, it's time.
I feel you on that. I feel you on that, bro. I've been like eating healthy, but then not, and then the weekend hits, and then I eat like shit, and it just goes downhill. So
Yeah,
I'm trying to get really back into it and just be like, you know what, F it. Like I'm gonna just put my head down and just go through it. Um, yeah. But what type of internet you got now?
it's called and maybe I don't know if people are in the comments or have heard. It's called. So I had AT&T, right? The only thing about it was where I live, they don't have fiber internet, so it was like I said, it was fast enough. Like if you watch YouTube, Netflix, like when you play video games, like the download and uploads weren't really fast, like at all. So I
Right.
got it's called Sonic. I don't know if you heard about it. Sonic
Oh yeah.
Internet.
Damn, it's fast out there.
Yeah.
Cause in Roner Park and Sonoma, it was dummy slow.
What was it? Well, it's Sonic Fiber Internet. So
Oh yeah, well
like
fiber is fast as fuck, but
yeah.
yeah. Okay, that's
So yeah, I mean it has it's 10 gigs and like the download and upload is like 900 and something compared to what I had before was like 90 up and like 15 down or some shit like that.
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I could tell it's pretty good, and hopefully, it brings better quality for the stream as well.
Now I can see your videos clear.
Well, that's the camera too.
Yeah.
Like I had this past couple episodes. Before I was just I would do it off my Mac laptop, and obviously using the camera there. I would notice when I would look back at the videos, it was like como borroso.
You're right.
So I was like, if we're gonna do this, we want to be a little bit more professional. We want to we get a mic when we're not doing it in person because we
Right.
we are planning on doing it in person. We there's been talks and rumbles, but we might have a special guest, and we might be at his lair soon. We're working on it. That might either cancel us or it might break the internet. We won't say his name yet, but it's coming,
Damn. I'm excited.
and it might be on the Friday, so Jaime
Sheesh.
and him they might get loose. So who knows?
Damn. Might have to Uber home.
No, but I'll drive you back. But what was I? So yeah, obviously we're now live streaming it. It works out for both of us. It just goes up, or people will watch it live. So it's good. But back to the show. I put out questions today on the Tank and G
Yeah, I
Show
seen
page, on
that.
my page. Thank you guys. You guys gave a lot of good questions. There was a lot of questions, so we'll be going off of them. Um, if you want, we can get started with the first one.
Let's do it.
This one in particular, it's a very great question, and I would like to hear Jaime's interpretation of this. So I'll put it up.
Damn.
As we're obviously, I mean, we're gonna say who said the question, right? Would you like to take this? I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
Mr. Samuel Eraso, aka Joada's husband. Bro, I don't know what I'm talking about football. I don't know that much. I'm learning as I go. listen to KMBR, listen to 95.7 The Game. Uh, follow Twitter. I follow David Lombardi or whatever his name is. Just
David
learning, bro.
Lombardi. Okay.
Um, um, I don't have the best commentary on football. That's not the football that I know.
Well,
Like
maybe he was even, he might be even thinking about football.
oh, about
You think is that a shot? He might be throwing shots at both sports.
damn. I didn't even think about it like that.
I don't know.
We're talking about football. That's a whole different story, boy.
But no, I mean, I think Hyman does a great job. Like I said, I try to bounce off his ideas as well. And for both of us, we're learning as well, basically on the job as well. Um, and we both try to, like I said, YouTube, Twitter, what people, and we'll get more into like the Niner stuff, what we thought about this weekend. But lay off my man. He's trying. He's putting in the work.
uh, yeah. Now he's been trying to come on the show to give his opinions and his quote unquote facts about the
Yeah.
game.
When,
And
like I said, if we do like, after the game, we hop on, we do a quick stream. We might be, we'll put I think you can put a link. People can join, give their
yeah,
idea off their phones. It doesn't have to, you don't have to have like a camera and stuff. You don't even have to come on the screen. You can just talk and just give us what you guys thought as well. We want to hear what you guys think. Obviously, we're not like reporters and stuff, but it's kind of like, well, what the regular, like if we were like hanging out or at a bar, this is what we would talk about. So,
yeah, yeah, exactly.
all right. Well, thank you for the question. The next question that we got is from a boy, Nene, friend of the show. He had, who will be the Premier League's top four based on the first game? So, Hyman, did you watch any of the Premier League this past weekend?
A little bit. I mean, I saw the injuries and everything, but uh, you can never. I mean, the way Man City has been playing the last couple seasons, I feel like the number one will be City, second Arsenal. I have to go third with United, and fourth. Um, honestly, it's always going to come down between Chelsea and Liverpool. So either or.
I'm giving a little too much Chelsea. Obviously, yeah, I would have to agree with your top two. I mean, you could flip them, but I think Man City, they're a stacked team. The way they played last season, and we'll get into the next question as well, but it also falls into injuries and stuff. If a key player gets injured, that might alter everyone's season and stuff like that. But I would say City as well, champs again. Arsenal, I feel like they're going to play even better. So it might be between them. I don't want to say United, but I guess, yeah. But you can, yeah, United. I feel like Ten Hagen, he's gonna. They played obviously compared to previous years of how they've been playing, they've improved, and they're just gonna get better. They might surprise to fight for the title as well, but I think they'll be top four. And like always, one that you didn't mention, Newcastle. They're a up and coming team as well. They got
They
financial takeover.
got
They
that
got their
oil money.
bot, but it just depends. They buy all these good players. But if they got to mix well, sometimes it takes a couple of years. Like Man City, I remember 15 years ago they bought Robinho, they bought Elano, they bought all these players, and it took a while for them to become this city.
Or they could be like PSG and not ever win the Champions League.
And everything goes to shit. Yeah, but yeah, Liverpool, Chelsea, obviously last year for us, Chelsea was not a great season, but I watched the Liverpool game. Started off rocky, but then I feel like we played better than Liverpool. We should have won the game. We literally the last second of the game, Mudrik, he could have made it to one, and the goalie came out. He moved the ball a little bit far to his left. He didn't have the angle. He sweated it, and it was blocked. But I think we've improved. Unfortunately, today I found out Reece James is injured with another hamstring injury. So That's tough.
Yeah,
But we have the unlimited money glitch, so we just keep buying players, no problem.
I
We
mean, you guys
sign,
like let go of hella players.
we let go of hella players. But the player that I felt like dominated the midfield in that game. I don't know if you watched the game. Lenzo, he was
Oh
winning the ball
yeah,
well, winning the ball well. So him, and now that we got Caicedo, that's going to be a good midfield. A good midfield, and I really like Jackson, the forward. He did miss one that he should have made, but I feel like we haven't had a presence on top like him in a while.
I don't know why you guys got rid of the dude that used to play for Ajax, the winger.
Oh,
Um,
No, Hakimi? No, not Hakimi.
uh, uh,
Um,
starts with a Z.
oh, Hakim Ziyech.
Yeah, that guy's hella raw. But did he just not fit the system?
Dude, I love ese estilo de juego de él is like how I like to play.
Yeah,
First touch, simple. He moves faster with his mind, and he had a amazing left. It just didn't fit the Premier League because you need to be more physical, and he wasn't really physical.
right.
And and I feel like they didn't really give him a chance, and he kind of I feel like he just kind of wanted to leave already.
Mm.
But I heard that the team that he went to, he felt is physical, so I don't think he has a team.
Oh snap! Damn, that sucks.
Any Here, I'm gonna add something to this. You think there will be a surprise team this season other than Newcastle?
Shit, I gotta go with Fulham or West Ham.
Why do you say them?
Raúl Jiménez
And
and,
who?
El Machín,
Letson?
El Edson, they're trying to West Ham's trying to buy Santi Jimenez. They already put they send out whatever I'm trying to buy him or whatever, but no response yet from Feyenoord.
Yeah, West Ham, they have a good team as well, and Edson, he's good. He was in Chelsea's radar for a while, but we ended up going with different
Yeah.
midfielders.
And if they're able to keep the Brazilian, what's his name, Paqueta, or
Oh, Paqueta.
yeah, they're able
Uh,
to keep him because City's trying to buy him.
that's true.
So
Um, So yeah, those are our thoughts. Obviously, off the first game, always it's kind of hard, because
yeah,
if I showed you the top four right now of the first game, it's Newcastle, Brighton, Man City, and Arsenal. But like the top seven all won their games, right? So
right,
it's the first game. But maybe we'll come back to this after 10 games, and then we'll see
yeah.
how it really looks. So next question again from Thank you, Nene. This alluding to injuries. So will Man City be successful without De Bruyne? So Jaime, do you know how long De Bruyne is out for?
I don't know the specific. I know it's like maybe 2 3 months, possibly even more. Um,
So I have it here pulled up on ESPN. It's actually out for 4 months.
okay. Uh,
Um, so
I
what do you
don't
think?
think. I mean, he's a key player, but City is so stacked all around that if a player goes down, they have somebody else already like to fill in that void, right? But De Bruyne is obviously such a key part that it's going to be interesting to see how they handle that. Cause he's the one that does the move. He moves the ball. He's the one that dictates the pace and everything. So uh, we'll see. I mean, I think they will be successful. They might go have their downs for a couple games, but then they'll figure it out. I mean, they have Guardiola. Guardiola's fucking one of the best coaches of all time. So he.
I see what you're saying, but something else that just came to my mind when you were saying is, who else they lost? Gundogan,
Yeah, he went to Barca,
and because in the Champions League final, De Bruyne got injured low,
right?
and so I haven't followed. I mean, their midfield was they got Rodri. They have I think Bernardo Silva. He didn't leave, right? I think he's
No,
still in
he's
the
still
team.
there.
He's still there. Obviously, they got it Foden. Um, that's why maybe they might go for Paqueta because Paqueta could have that creativity that De Bruyne has, but De
Right.
Bruyne is De Bruyne, like you said. Him and Haaland, he knows where Haaland's gonna move and the ball's gonna be there. So I feel like, you know, obviously, like you said, Pep's a great coach, but taking that piece away from City, he's gonna have to think outside the box, and they might struggle, for these first couple of games. But that being said, as well, Man City's Man City, and they're stacked, their bench is solid, and I feel like maybe it won't affect them in the Premier League, but maybe the Champions League.
The Champions League, yeah, is a whole different monster, you know.
Yeah,
So yeah, I mean,
but
yeah,
and it's tough. It's tough to
it's
lose
tough to know
them.
because what if you never know? What if he brings somebody from Las Fuerzas Básicas and that we don't even know of, you
True.
know? And
Well, the window's still open as well. They could sign somebody
yeah, I
that
mean,
we
yeah,
think about. But it is a tough loss for Man City. Um, but hey, it might give Chelsea a chance.
yeah. That's why I'm not even complaining.
I'm not complaining. All right, the next one that we got. So Jaime's favorite Leagues Cup, Inter
Shit.
Miami. Are they taking it this weekend?
Yeah. Um, I feel like because of of who Messi is and what he represents, and for him coming to like the MLS, uh, I feel like it was. I mean, they've won their games like fair and square, but I feel like this whole league was just made for him to make it to the final and to win it. Because like anytime he's on TV for Inter Miami, the ratings are just all the way up. Every other game, it's just whatever, you know. So if he wins it, just imagine how the ratings are. For sure, they're gonna be out of the out of this world. So yeah, he's winning
Other,
it for sure.
other than the Cruz Azul game and the Dallas game, which were you could say close, all the other ones they've won 3, 4 by many goals,
Right.
and they've made it look easy. I don't follow the MLS. I don't know. What I've seen from this tournament is what I've just seen. You know, I don't know about. I know Nashville. They beat Monterrey, which I thought I was more interested in a Monterrey Inter Miami because obviously we know about Monterrey. They have good players. That would have been a good test. I don't know as much about Nashville. I don't know if they're good. I can pull up how they're doing in the MLS. I want to say they are one of the top teams in the MLS. Um, but
Yeah,
I
I don't
like
know.
like I said, I think they're number 4 in the Eastern Conference, and
Yeah,
obviously Miami's last place, but that was without Messi. But
right.
just what I've seen, when Messi plays with Alba, with Busquets, man, y'all really think? I don't know. Next week. I know Alberto. He'll message me on Instagram about what I'm about to say. But y'all really think Nashville's gonna beat them?
Nah, dude. I mean, to them, it's like a cascara. You know, it's nothing. You know, as much as Madrid or Ronaldo fans hate to say it, but just having Messi and Busquets on your team is just that's a game changer. You know what I mean? But something that I've been looking into is like the level of competition, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
does it compare to the level of competition and where the Saudi Arabia league is who knows? I don't know. I know MLS is ranked lower, but I don't know, dude. Like,
Well,
uh,
that's it's an honest take. But what can Messi do? He has to play against the team that they put in front of
yeah,
him.
yeah.
So if he
A lot of
handles
people, a lot of,
business,
a lot of people are like talk shit about how old is Messi now? 36, 37.
36,
They were saying,
36.
oh, Ronaldo was doing all these teams dirty at that age when he was playing for Juventus and all that. But I don't know. I hate those type of commentary. Like, just enjoy them, dude. Like, they're close to retiring.
Yeah, Ronaldo, he took care of business in the Saudi league. He won. I think it was like they had a cup too as well. He
Yeah.
scored the 2 goals to win it, and we could get into this topic. We're pre-show. Duncan mentioned this. Now Neymar's there. Neymar has gone to that league. The league, hey, where can I watch these games? Because I'm interested in that league. Because
Uh, the
you got
zone,
the zone. Okay, you got Kante, Benzema, and I know somebody else in their team, the yellow one.
right?
You got Ronaldo with Mane. I didn't realize Mane is with him.
Yeah.
And then all these, there's some like mid-level players that are there, but damn, I mean, last year they were all playing in Europe, and now they're there. I'm sure that league's gonna be popping.
I think as more like big. I mean, Neymar's. I could say Neymar is still in his prime. He's like 31, 32.
31, but the injuries, that's the only thing. And
Injury, that's the only
and
thing.
and, and then I don't know lately, like I follow him on IG,
He's
whatever
not
the
really focused, right?
I'm not gonna say that. I mean, shit, he made all that money playing. I feel like Neymar, prime Neymar was when he was in Barca
Barcelona,
with Luis Suarez,
Suarez,
Messi. That
MSN,
like there was that when they came back against PSG. I feel like Neymar was the best player on that team with Messi,
right?
and I feel like in PSG was yeah. He said was yeah. I did basically. He was like, I did what I could. Let me enjoy my life, which ain't nothing against that, dude. Like
Right.
anyone would want to be in your shoes. So I don't know how focused he'll be because I don't know if you've seen the contract. Like every game he wins, he gets like a bonus. He gets like a car every day, some shit like that.
Shit, sign me up.
Me too. I mean, shit. But I'm interested in the league. And but back to Messi, I think that he's gonna win. I'm and now I'm also excited to see the MLS too. Now I want to see how Messi does in the MLS to
Yeah,
see if he can take Miami to the playoffs because right now they're last place.
yeah,
So that will be interesting as well. And I don't know if you watched Messi. He had like a press conference today. He talked about some things like they asked him like, "Oh, would you want to win your eighth Ballon d'Oro?" And he's like, to be honest with you guys, like I'm not really thinking about that anymore. And like after I won the World Cup, that was the last thing that was like his last goal, like that he wanted. So a Messi playing free in the MLS, maybe he's just gonna enjoy it. Maybe he's gonna play better compared to and something else that he mentioned was like he didn't want to go to PSG. I don't know if you caught that. He said
oh, no.
he said he wanted to stay in Barca and he just went to PSG just because it didn't work out in Barca. Like it wasn't gonna work out, so he said I'll just play. But he wasn't happy there. So a happy Messi now. Hopefully produces better showing of Messi football.
Yeah, yeah. Because I mean, they brought his homies, and they're
Yeah,
and they're and they're still trying to get Luis Suarez. So
that'd be great.
yeah,
That'd be great. I mean, I think they wanted to bring Iniesta, but I think he went to Saudi Arabia as well.
yeah,
I'm not sure.
he did.
So that would have been. I wouldn't mind seeing Iniesta, another underrated player that people don't show him love.
Uh, he should have won that Ballon d'Or that one year. Forget, but
The World Cup one, right,
yeah,
or the next one, but yeah, I mean, I think Messi wins, and that's Saturday. Saturday is a fun packed day. We got Niner preseason, we
yep.
got a final, and we'll be touching base on the UFC later. But good fights this weekend as well.
Say that again.
So that does it for all like our non 49er questions. So we got a few, and I feel like we're gonna take some time on these. So we're gonna start with this. So Jaime, did you watch the preseason game last week?
To be honest, bro, I watched a little bit of it. I was hella tired because I went out on Saturday for Nate's birthday,
Oh, so happy
and
birthday, Nate.
and then I got home and my dog freaked out, bro. Like I don't know, like he's been like up and down with his anxiety,
Mm,
and 4th of July messed him up, right?
yeah.
So he was cool, we would leave him in his crate, 8 hours, he would be fine. And this weekend we only left him alone maybe for like 4 or 5 hours max.
Mm-hmm.
And we got home, dude, it looked like somebody jacked us. Like
Oh, what?
fucking clothes were all over the place, like fucking dude, it was a shit show. It was like a tornado went inside our house.
Because he was just like anxious, right? Like
Yeah, it's just going
he
all
was
over the
like, where the fuck, where they go? What the fuck?
yeah. Like, where are they? Looking, and yeah, dude. So we stayed up another hour and a half just cleaning, folding clothes, putting stuff away, like everything. So, you know, and then I was supposed to go to the Giants game the next morning with Sammy, but had to cancel on him because I had to stay home and try to see if I could, like, I don't know, figure out what happened, what triggered it, but that
Right.
was a fail. Anyways, so back to your question, I watched a little bit of it. Woke up like third quarter, fourth quarter, and I just kept hearing commentary about Trey, and I guess he didn't play that well. But then again, he wasn't playing with like the starting. It was a lot of like second team. So hopefully, if he gets some, if he's able to play this weekend, hopefully he does better. But I think he's not playing well because he's just putting too much pressure on himself. Um, he he knows he's like on the hot seat, and he knows like people are talking about him. And I know they listen to the radio, they see like ESPN or whatever. So I think that's a little bit that's kind of getting into his head where he's like, "Fuck, I need to be perfect." Like, so yeah,
So yeah, which will bring us to this question. This one, I combined it because Alberto and George basically asked the same thing to an extent. So is it time to trade Lance? How do we feel about him? So back to pick up what you were saying, Jaime. I watched, obviously I was excited. I wanted to watch Trey Lance. It's been a year. Like we mentioned before, and we'll reiterate this. Our starter is Brock Purdy. So we're talking about basically the backup quarterback, Trey Lance. Because if Purdy, even if Purdy plays bad in preseason, he's not going to get benched. It just has to be by injury. In the season, we'll see. But obviously, I've always been, I want to see what Trey Lance has. I've always talked about how, I was excited and all that stuff. But like you were saying, man, was it bad? The first couple drives, it was bad, and what I did was, obviously, when you watch the game, you just see right there, like, no, man, like he missed it, or
yeah,
so. What I did was, so there's like, a couple people on YouTube that play those quarterbacks. They'll go over the tape with you, and they'll tell you what, like, a quarterback. They'll explain what he did wrong, what he did right, so I can get a better idea like what's going on. Because if we see it on TV, for the normal fan, they'll see like he missed a throw, and they'll be like, man, that's on Trey Lance. But it could have been that the O line basically, they gave him 1 second to throw and he threw it because he didn't want to get sacked, or the guy wasn't open, so it would have been picked even if he threw it. Because there was a couple of times where I was like, man, throw the ball. Like, well, why are you taking so long? And then he shows it and he's like, if he would have thrown it, it would have been a pick six. So sometimes you got to take the sack. So that's what I
right,
did. I wanted to get constant context into everything with anyone. It could have, if it was Brock Purdy, if it was Sam Darnold, like I wanted to see what's really going on. So yeah, he had some things that were bad. He had some things that there was some plays that if he would have thrown them, they could have been touchdowns. But he hesitated. But that comes with what you're saying, Jaime. If I told you, when do you think is the last time Trey Lance played back-to-back games?
shit. I had no
If you had
idea.
to tell me, I'll tell you, it was when the world didn't know what COVID was. That's the
Right.
last time he's ever played back-to-back games. So he's coming back from injury, a broken ankle. Obviously, he's rusty. He hasn't played in a year. And I'm not trying to, oh, you're giving him excuses, blah, blah. Like, well, what do you guys expect? He's only played 3 games, and he's only played like 4 games since 2019. And what what gives me, like, okay, I'll take that is because he improved throughout the game. Like, yeah, that touchdown, it should have been an interception.
Yeah.
But even, Shanahan said on his press conference, like, yeah, the play wasn't good, but I like that he threw it because last year he wouldn't have thrown that throw. So he just needs to work on his timing, and timing comes with playing games and reps. Unfortunately, the Niners aren't going to give him those reps because unfortunately, we have Brock Purdy now. So is it time to trade Lance? I don't want to trade Trey Lance because I feel like he's just going to get even better. He's improved throughout the practice, through the preseason, through the training camp. He's already made improvements on his throwing mechanics and all that. And if we trade him, let's say for a 6th round pick, yeah, maybe next year, this year, he's not going to play good.
Yeah, I even saw that. Even the conversation came up of even trading him for Kyle Pitts.
I mean, and that I might do it because imagine Kittle with Pitts, and I'm just talking about because this is what Niners fans, I'm talking about because we already have our franchise quarterback, Brock Purdy, right? So why wouldn't we want to give him more weapons?
Right.
But if it's like a 6th round pick, 7th round pick, 5th round pick, I don't want to trade him because what if he does become that quarterback, that guy? Because I was going to bring this up. Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts, they when they started, they were bad, like just as bad. Like I remember watching Jalen Hurts, and I was like, maybe he should be like a running back. Like
Yeah.
he's just a runner. And I remember watching Josh Allen, and I was like, he reminds me of Paxton Lynch, who didn't do anything in the NFL, and like he was missing easy passes. But what happened? They got to play, they got to improve, and now look at them.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's the difference, bro. Like, when we drafted Trey, I think we should have started him right away so he can get that experience, that exposure. And for example, look at what's his face, Justin Fields. Right, he didn't start right away, but as soon as the Bears like fuck that, we're gonna put him in. He got better over time. So I don't know. I think that's where we messed up, but we can't go back in time, obviously.
I
But
mean, and I feel we can pull up, past podcasts that we had about this. What I said, let's trade Jimmy, let's rock with Trey Lance. It's not gonna be beautiful, but now year 3, we would have known, yeah, he's something, or like, he improved. Because at the end of the day, keeping Jimmy like is like almost like the team that's the most comfortable, right? Like, yeah, he's gonna win us games, but did he win us the big one? That's the only
right,
reason he played. I mean, you could say against the Rams was the meltdown, and last year was Brock Purdy. If he didn't get injured, we don't know if he would have won the game either. Like we don't know because that Cowboys game, I was there. We won, but man, the Cowboys, their defense, they kind of figured him out. So that's why I'm also intrigued with Brock Purdy. I want to see if he can do it again. I want,
yeah,
and that's fair to say as well because it's only been 8 games for him as well. Yeah,
right.
some of those games I was like, man, wow, he looks amazing.
And now he's coming off of this injury, so that's gonna be interesting too.
And now it's no longer, wow, what an amazing story. He's a 7th round pick. Now it's you're the franchise quarterback. So if he's not playing too hot, if he's struggling, it's not gonna be, well, he's a 7th round pick. No, he's a starter now. He has to be compared with every other starter.
Yeah,
And I mean, because if let's say the Niners blow this, like they blow it, and none of these guys are good, then we're fucked. Now what?
yeah,
I don't want Kirk Cousins next year.
yeah. Winner bust.
So that's what I'm saying. Like it has to be Super Bowl. Like I even our owner said when he fired Jim Harbaugh, we don't hang NFC Championship banners, we hang Super Bowl banners.
Right.
So that's what this season. If we don't win the Super Bowl, it's a failure.
Yeah. Well, a couple more weeks until the actual season, so we'll see.
And that's another thing too, because man, I don't know. I know you listen to radio and stuff, but I don't know if you follow like Twitter, like
Yeah.
people that. that's another thing. Like I think we mentioned the last episode, but people, man, they, we're arguing about all this stuff, preseason and stuff, but when week one comes, we're gonna forget about all this, like Trey
Yeah.
Lance, Darnold, because
The,
we're
the,
gonna be like, it's either Brock Purdy, he's like, oh shit, we won, it looked good, we got our guy. Because I'm sorry, Trey Lance, I mean, I still think you'll be amazing, but it's not gonna be with us.
yeah.
Or what if we lose and it looks bad and it's like, what the fuck? Like now
Yeah.
what?
The thing right now, everybody's talking all this shit is because it's preseason. They haven't seen football in a couple months. Everybody's excited. It's something to talk about. But yeah, once game one comes for week one, uh, yeah, the conversation's gonna change, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm excited. Shit, and I'm excited to get back into fantasy. Second year playing, so
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Well, which league are you in?
Just a what? It's a couple
Okay.
league. So,
Oh,
uh,
okay. So you're in the
yeah,
girl.
yeah, and all everybody else has their girl or
Right.
whatever.
How'd you do last season?
I got I think it's 10 of us. I got I think either sixth or seventh place. I can't remember.
A 10
So
man league. You gotta do better,
yeah,
man.
I know. It was my first time. I feel like I didn't draft well.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
so this year, now that I have a feel for it, I'm like, all right, I have a better idea on what I need to do.
When we finish this off stream, I'll give you some advice towards drafting. I don't want to say it
Yeah,
here because you know my league, the
yeah.
just degenerates. So this year we upped it. It's 200 each.
Oh
12,
shit.
12 teams, 200. So winner either can take all, or the winner and loser can split it however they want.
Oh, okay.
But I leave it up to them. So I'm the commissioner.
Right,
Um, but that one, man, this is actually our 10th year.
right. Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah,
10th year. So I'm like that's and they'll well before we get to that question, let me finish this about Lance. Man, like back to the Twitter thing. You see, I'm not gonna like I don't because people now hate like race baiter da da da. You think everything they'll say that like people that get upset they'll be like you just make everything about race, right?
yeah,
But it's just crazy how the hate for Trey Lance, like I see on the internet, like he's a bro. If like he's the same age as my brother, if I saw that man, like I would get hot. Like what? This guy's only played 3 games, and you're. I saw so one LaShawn McCoy I saw on TV. He said he doesn't belong in the NFL. He like needs to go to like the G League. If
right.
that was true, the Niners would have cut him. If he didn't deserve to be on the NFL, they would have cut him. And then this other guy, his name's Mike Lombardi. He said
Yeah, I saw that.
when like why you got to bring his mom into it? Like when he
I
came
know.
out of the womb, like he didn't have the quarterback instincts like that. You could say whatever you want about him, like playing, like he sucks, whatever you
But
may
when you
think he sucks.
bring like moms and family into it, bro, that's a whole.
And he
You're
didn't just say
saying both.
mom, he said mama. What's that supposed to mean?
Yeah.
And
Uh,
then obviously you got like people on Twitter that their profile pic ain't them. They'll hide behind either like a cartoon or something, and they'll say,
yeah.
they'll just say wild shit. They'll say wild shit about him, like as a person. Like if he's done something wrong, he hasn't done anything wrong. Like he didn't choose to be drafted to us.
I mean, that's the world of Twitter for you.
It's true, and it sucks. And but that's why I root for him more because I'm like, man, I want him to prove everyone wrong, and I feel
Yeah.
like everyone likes that story where like he proves it wrong. And like I said, I'll be happy if it's with us. I'll be obviously happy, but if it's in another team, you know, I'll be happy for him. At the end of the day, también, I'm a Niners fan, and if Brock Purdy is the better quarterback or Sam Darnold, whoever, then I'm gonna root for all of them because
Yeah.
we like these players because we're Niners fans.
Right.
But now to this second question, which we were talking about it. What are you most excited for this football season? And this one comes from my girlfriend, Evelyn. Thank you.
Well, I already touched on it a little bit, but first thing, fantasy. Excited for that. Second thing is just being able to watch the games, go to the games. Uh, yeah, I mean, what about you?
Obviously, for me, fantasy, I think, man, it just makes watching football like a lot more funner, but it could also be a lot more stressful.
Hell yeah,
And sometimes what sucks is obviously we're Niners fans, and no matter what, I'll rather the Niners win. But
then you're
sometimes it
waiting for your
sucks.
player to go off.
It sucks when the Niners play someone, a player that you have, and you're like, I
Yeah,
want the Niners to win, but I also want,
right.
I want Cooper Cup to get 5 touchdowns, but I
That's
want the
what
Niners to
happened.
win.
That's what happened to my girl last season because she had Metcalf and
Oh,
Lockett.
oh,
So it was like she's like, I want them to have a good game, but I want them to lose.
and it sucks too. Um, and you know what also sucks is when you're playing someone that has a Niners player.
Yeah.
So let's say they have Debo or McCaffrey, and you're like, yeah, ah, oh,
Yep.
yeah, fuck. But it makes, like I said, it makes football, especially like if you have red zone, like it just makes football so much better. You enjoy it more. And el desmadre, like we're in the group chat talking shit.
Right.
We also have like our draft party, and it's good to see the guys as well. There's a bunch of their pumpers in it. Sam, we got Chidi in it. He won it 1 year, so he's back on it.
Nice.
But that, and obviously going to the games. There's nothing, honestly, there's nothing better than when I wake up Sunday morning. I might get a run in, te bañas, and you're like, Niner football, Levi's, let's go. Then you get the smell of the carne asada. You get people drunk. You get
Um,
sometimes they have banda there. Shout out to Marcial. He always does it big for the tailgates. That's why I enjoy that ambiente. And then you
right.
get into the game. That
You
I'm
can't
ready.
beat it.
I'm
Can't
ready.
beat it.
So
Yeah.
there's that, and man, this is the most beautiful time of the year. Girls they love what's it called? The Halloween season, the spooky season.
Right.
This is my spooky season.
Sh
But what would and we can reverse this question as well. What are you most excited about for the football season?
To be honest, bro, it's just champions. I'm
Yeah,
excited to see, what's gonna happen. Not even with Madrid, but even just there's always that one team that comes out of nowhere.
yeah.
So
And man, I just when and that's the beautiful thing is when you love multiple sports, is like you can wake obviously you got the Niners game, but like I said, if you wake up early a las ocho, you got Chelsea or Madrid or Barca or whatever,
right,
like just sports, and then we'll be wrapping up baseball season. Hopefully the Giants, will make the playoffs. They've been up and down. There's that. Then we got the Warrior season as well.
where's coming up.
So from now to like basically to like May is just we're in it.
Yep.
Literally,
It's a great time.
literally is weird, right? And the summer is
And
when
we
there's not a lot of sports.
yeah. And we got boxing September 30th. Canelo's back.
With Charlo,
Yep.
we'll tie that one at the end with the UFC.
Yeah.
Um, all right. So I think we got one more Niners question, and then we got some good like general questions.
Right.
Which 49ers rookies are you most excited about? Shout out Nene.
For me, Ronald Bell.
That's a good
Uh,
one.
he's looking good. He had a couple drops, but still, he looks good. Uh, I'm excited to see him get more touches now that was it Ray Ray? Now that Ray Ray with his injury. So yeah. What about you?
Ronnie Bell, obviously, that's a good one. He probably from the offense side of the first half, he probably had like the best game. Um, and I was reading even since like OTAs, he was like they were like, man, who's this guy? And he's like, oh, it's Ronnie Bell, seventh round pick. So he has a good chance of making the team, like you said, because Ray got injured. I don't think he'll do it as a returner because the other rookie that was returning second half, um, he was good. But one of mine is going to be either Robert Beal, which might be the DN opposite of Bosa. So what
Right.
I've been hearing about Camps is he looks fast. He he could be that D Ford on that 2019 defense. So what's going to happen with our defense, right, is obviously Bosa's going to get double covered.
Right.
Hargrave and Armstead, they're going to eat the middle. So all Beal has to do is just, he has the speed, is just get to the quarterback. And hopefully, so I'm excited for him. Uh, and I'm also excited for our safety, Jair Brown. So the talk of Jair Brown, shout out, is that you, bro?
I said, yeah, you ass Ebor.
El Eddie
Yeah.
Fede.
And they bomb.
See, say. Anyways, um, what was it saying? Jair Brown. Jair Brown, our safety, talk in camp is he's had multiple picks, and he might be someone that right now we don't like. Right now, a lot of people don't know, but maybe at the end of the season, he might have like a Hufanga type of. People are going to talk about him. Obviously, our starters are Gibson and Hufanga, but the Niners they like to roll with three safeties on some of their packages, defensive packages. So Jair
Who
Brown.
who took over Greenlaw's position?
Well, you mean Al-Shair? Greenlaw's still on the team.
No, I mean, sorry, Ward.
Oh, Jimmy Ward.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that one's it's up for debate because it was supposed to be Oliver, but he had a horrible game against the Raiders. He was getting cooked. So it
Yeah,
could be, like I said, they could run three safeties, or it could be Samuel Womack, which last year he was pretty good. He just didn't get a chance because our defense is good. So Womack, there's Quantavious Knight, last year's rookie, so he might play that the nickel position, which was what Ward was playing, because Ward got injured and Gibson he took his spot at safety with Hofanga, so they put Ward on the basically the third cornerback.
okay.
So I think those probably be the two rookies that I think might show up. If not, I've also heard good things about the. Well, let me mention Deshaun Jameson. I feel like he might make the team just because he can return. Like I said, I don't know. You said you watched the third quarter, so he was the one returning. He had
Yeah,
a couple good ones, and we're gonna need that since Ray Ray's injured. I feel like he might make the team as our returner.
right.
And I'll say one more, um, and then I can say my disappointment recently. And we didn't even touch on this, but obviously our O line, our second O line was trash,
Yeah.
dumpster, trash. They could have put me and you, and we probably would have.
Fuck.
But but the one bright spot was when Sam Darnold was playing. Il Manning, he's an O lineman. So if any of the O linemen struggle or get injured, he might have to step up, and he actually is pretty good.
Right. What happened to homeboy from Tijuana? He's not on the team no more.
He's on the team, Antonio Gutierrez, right?
Alfredo.
Alfredo Gutierrez.
Yeah.
He's on the team. Is just I don't know. I don't know if he's not good enough. But basically, he's on this program, an international program that even if he's not on the team, he's like exempt, so he can practice, but he just can't play.
Mm.
So right now he could play, but when the season starts, if the Niners put him on the team, he has to be on the 53.
And they're not
Or
gonna do that.
I don't think so. I mean,
Yeah.
if he was any good, he would have been playing the last game. I don't think he played.
Uh-uh.
So I mean, obviously we want to root for him because he's a fellow Mexican. He's big, but I just think he's just not good enough yet.
Right.
But like I said, he doesn't count towards the team. He's basically like he could practice with them, improve, but yeah, it's been 3 years, I think.
Yeah.
So maybe next year, but yeah. Now I will. We talked about what we're excited about the rookies, but man, the kicker, man, he missed two kicks.
And
He's a rookie. Does that give you concern?
a little bit, but I'm hoping he gets his mechanics down a little bit better these next few preseason games. Because if he continues on this path, fuck, should we have paid Robbie?
Well, we have Zane Gonzalez also on the team, and so I want to see what he does this game. But man, another third round pick that we blew. We had the running back a couple years ago that he got cut. Last year, TDP. I mean, he did improve, but this year, both third round picks. So the kicker, Moody, I feel it's obviously, but it's like with the kicker, is like they basically can't make mistakes because it's like if you miss, they're just gonna cut you because they
Yeah,
can't risk that. But
and
I
the
want
thing
to say
is,
maybe he was just nervous.
yeah, and the thing is that we focused. Well, we're not focused, but we kind of lived off of that last year. Getting making those field goals,
So the thing about Moody is the whole thing that was said about him in Michigan was he don't miss, like he's money Moody,
right?
and he missed two. And supposedly he has a strong leg, stronger than Robbie. The thing about Robbie is he was money like from the 40 down, but 40, 50, they didn't kick field goals from like the 50. They would think about it or they would go for it. So the reason why they were like getting Moody is now, man, if we're at the 55, we can kick it. But if he's
Yeah,
gonna miss it, it's fine.
yeah,
And then the last guy, which was also a third round pick, was Cameron Latu, tight end. Man, so when we first picked him, I was like, man, I've never heard of this guy. And then when I started, doing some research, he wasn't projected to even go in the third round. He was projected like fifth or sixth. So I was like, we'll see. So the thing about him is just he's the guy that fumbled in the game, but
uh-huh.
throughout practice he keeps dropping the ball like he can't catch.
Yeah. It's gotta cut him.
Yeah, I mean, third round pick cutting, that's tough, man. But obviously we don't want to put them down. They're young. Hopefully they improve.
Yeah,
But
the
if we
nerves,
had a same the
know?
nerves, I mean, imagínate, we would get nervous in Sequoia. Imagine them.
I know. Shit.
All right, and then before we get to the UFC, we got a couple general questions. So we'll start with this one. Where would we like to see the podcast in 5 years?
Uh, to be honest, for me, it would be even to have like some type of sponsor. I think that would be sick.
That would be
Like
cool.
Manscaped or uh
Or like one of those betting websites.
yeah.
Um,
Uh, yeah, I think that would be for me. I don't know about you.
for me, obviously, I mean, like if we're totally honest, obviously we would want it to be obviously like successful, right? Like
Yeah,
you know, a couple thousand subscribers, actually making something out of it.
yeah,
Um, obviously we do it for fun. We enjoy it. We like talking sports or whatever, and I just don't want to lose that. If it starts feeling like a job, then it's like,
yeah,
okay, that's the point. So we
yeah,
still continue to enjoy it. That's why, I would want it, to be big. But if we're continuing to enjoy it, if, like I said, if any sponsors are hearing this or out there or want to give us a shot, we'll promote your shit.
yeah. I will wear your brand every day.
Yeah, man, out there. Yeah, I mean, any brands, clothing, shoes, whatever.
Yeah,
But like you said, I just want to continue to enjoy it. Um,
yeah,
obviously, it'll be great if we can get something out of it financially. But that's I feel like when you start thinking like that, it won't get that way.
Yeah.
because then you start losing,
Right. If
like
it happens, it happens.
yeah. But that's a good question. Another one from my girl. And then this one: if money didn't exist, what would you do for a living in general?
To me, honestly, I would want to be like a professional, like assistant coach, or even a coach, like a head coach. I think that would be sick. Uh,
Okay.
it takes a different type of thinking.
Hmm.
I think. I don't know. So yeah,
For me, man, I would kind of do something like this. I would just talk sports.
yeah,
Maybe have my own show, or with partners like you or anybody. Like I would do this. I would travel, I guess. Maybe do like podcasts in different parts of the world.
yeah.
Um, if not,
We're-
maybe yeah, it would have to do something with sports. Like also coaching, like that would be amazing. Um, that's a good question. But
Yeah,
yeah, it would have to be something with sports for me,
for sure. That's a good
or
question. I like
or
that one.
or video games. I
Yeah,
just play video games, or like just build Lego. Actually, I would just build Lego. I would create Legos and then build them,
I like it.
or just buy endless shoes.
Shit, it's an expensive hobby.
But then no money, so
I
like
know.
money is not an issue.
Damn.
So basically, how Floyd Mayweather lives, but with my interests,
Right.
and maybe I might box a couple people here or there. But that wraps up all the questions we had. Great questions.
Yeah.
Thank you for taking the time to writing them. We won't do this every week because we want to be original. But when we do it, feel free to drop a question. Don't be shy. None of the questions, don't think they're stupid. We'll try to make something out of your question, and hopefully the people that ask these questions, hopefully you guys are okay with letting the world know who asked them. Also,
Right.
but thank you guys for the questions.
Yeah. No
And
question. No question is a stupid question.
right, unless it's the first one, right? I'm just kidding. Well, it wasn't towards me, so it wasn't a stupid
I
question actually.
know.
But Jaime, UFC, what you thinking?
Sheesh,
Who you got?
bro. I don't know, cause Aljamain. I mean, he just beat freaking Cejudo, right? But
Hmm.
obviously, Cejudo hasn't been active, but Cejudo is fucking really, really good.
Hmm.
Uh,
So I got it pulled up here. You can see it, right?
yeah.
So we'll go with the first one, which is a very interesting one. Chito Vera versus Pedro Munoz.
I'm going with Cheeto. Cheeto's a he didn't look great his last fight,
Hmm.
uh, but I'm rolling with them. He's a badass. I think he's gonna come back for sure.
Yeah, man, I got Chito on this one. I like how he fights. Um, I think Pedro Munoz, his last fight he lost. Obviously, Chito Vera's younger,
Yeah,
but I love how Chito Vera fights and the intensity he brings. And hopefully, he gets back on track because if he would have won his last fight, he could have been fighting for the title.
yeah, exactly.
This next one, bantamweight. Do you know about these fights? I'm gonna be
I
honest, I
do
don't.
not know.
But I think Damon is stepping in on short notice to fight Bautista because I think the fighter he was in the fight either got injured or dropped out. Oh, it was gonna be Cody Garbrandt, and yeah, he dropped out.
God damn. All right.
So I'm gonna go for the guy that's 12-2,
12
Bautista.
2. I'll go with Damon.
But hey, I mean, hopefully this is one of those fights that we find out who they are and we're
Fight
like,
of the
oh
night.
damn, fight of the night. This one too, they were
I
talking
don't
a lot
really
of shit on the press conference. Neil
care.
Magny, Ian Gary. Ian Gary supposedly is like the next McGregor type fighter. He's also from Ireland.
Okay.
He's undefeated. He was supposed to fight Jeff Neal, but Neil Magny stepped in also short notice. Not as short as the previous one, I think, but
Right.
um, should be one of those good fights. But I think Gary might take it because he has all the hype.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to see his highlights. I haven't really seen. Uh, so yeah, I have no idea who to go. I don't no idea.
Yeah, he's welterweight, so
Yeah.
he's like I said. I think the last fight, I want to say he got rocked, but he won. So he showed that he could, take it.
Yeah.
Um, but I think he's gonna win. So we got Chito Vera. We agreed. Bautista, and then we're going with Gary.
Fuck it. One with Gary.
All right, this next one, La Wei Ling contra la Amanda Lemus.
So you were telling me last week that Amanda's supposed to have a good chance of kicking your ass, right?
That's what I've been hearing. Like people like on Twitter or just what I've been hearing is like, don't be surprised if Lemos like beats her. Like she's scary. And I asked Tony too, like, well, what he thought, and he was like, yeah, she's a good fighter, but
You trust his word?
hell no. That's why I'm going with Wei Ling.
Yeah,
I got Wei Ling, man. I
yeah.
think
Whaley's a badass.
she a monster. But okay, the thing what Tony was saying is, I think Limos has ground game, and he wants to see how Wei Ling handles that because
Right.
obviously we know Wei Ling, her strong suit is on the feet,
Yeah.
So that is a good point. Um, they both haven't lost a lot, but I got Wei Ling until you show me no. Until if she
Yeah.
shows me, but I got Wei Ling, man. After the fight
I
she's
feel
had, she about it.
that.
They call her La Lu Kane.
Yeah. Color the Alfredo.
So before we get to the main event, Chris Weidman, Brad Tavares, obviously,
I'm going to go
what?
Brad, bro. Chris Weidman, yeah, like,
But yeah, I mean Chris Weidman. I'm just putting this one out there because he's coming back from that horrible injury he had.
yeah,
So hopefully, it's a good fight and he doesn't get injured or something. It might be one
yeah.
of those where he fights and then se quita los gloves. They'll
I'm
probably do
done.
that.
Yeah,
And then have you been watching the Ultimate Fighter? Ryan?
I haven't, bro. I've been meaning to catch up on it. I'll probably will catch up on it this weekend. But
So do
yeah,
you want me to? Because sorry, I don't want to ruin it, but in the undercard, they the the
the final.
finalists they're fighting.
Oh, okay, okay.
So I mean, do
Yeah,
you
I
care?
gotta catch up. I don't care.
All right. So I've been watching. I watch all the episodes.
Yeah.
So the bantamweight one, Brad Katona versus Cody Gibson. So Brad Katona, he actually won the Ultimate Fighter. So if he wins, he would be the first one to win it twice. So the whole thing about this season was it
Oh,
was
so yeah, veterans against
against the rookies.
yeah. So is Brad he was part of McGregor's camp?
So no, because he won it and he got cut so he won. He fought in the UFC, but he got cut. So again, spoiler alerts out there, world.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah.
So spoiler alerts if you want to get out of here. But basically, only one of the rookies ended up winning, which was the last. So he and made it to the semifinals, but he ended up losing bad to Cody Gibson.
Right.
So
Well,
yeah,
both are Chandler fighters.
both are challenge fighters, but because McGregor didn't have he only had one fighter. Brad Katona, he went with McGregor because he actually trains with like his coaches.
Oh, okay.
So on this one, I'm gonna give it to Brad just because he had won it already.
Yeah,
But this guy is good on the ground, Cody Gibson.
I could
And
see if you're saying that, then I could see that for trying to just pull a Habib and take him down.
but the thing that this guy has, Brad, is I think he's good all around. What I saw on the
Mm,
episode, he's good all around. But they're talking shit already in the episode. They were talking shit.
yeah,
But I'm gonna give it to Katona just so he could say he's two-time Ultimate Fighter.
that'd be sick.
And then this one here, they're the lightweights. This guy, Austin Hubbard, in his fight, he didn't do much because he fought basically on the show Se hizo amigos con alguien, and they didn't really go at it as hard, and
Yeah,
he won kind of like split decision. This guy though, he had a banger of a fight. He against the other guy, they like went at it. Like they basically said like we're gonna meet in the middle and let the best man win. So I got this guy,
uh,
Kurt.
that should be a good one.
So yeah, those are the fights. Prelims to determine the Ultimate Fighter. Now the main event: Aljamain Sterling versus Sean O'Malley. What do you think, Jaime?
Like I was saying earlier was that like Aljamain, like dude, he's a beast, especially on the his grappling.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but Sean O'Malley, man, he could just catch you with one. That's all he needs.
You
So
think
I'm rocking with Sean O'Malley, bro.
you're
I don't know.
rocking? Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
damn. I I see you. I feel like we always say this when it's grappler against like a stand-up guy. That all it takes is one, right?
yeah,
But man, I just think Sterling he's a beast, man. He's good, and I don't know how Sean O'Malley's ground game is gonna be like.
yeah. I mean, we kind of saw a little bit against Peter Yan, and
Mm-hmm.
he was struggled. He made some mistakes, and some people say that he lost that one, right?
That's true.
So I feel like this camp, I'm sure he focused a lot on grappling,
Yeah, I want to see how what he does if he is taken to the ground and how he gets out of it. Because
right?
if Sterling gets a hold of him, I don't know if he's gonna get out of it. And I feel like
Yeah,
it's gonna be one of those master classes. But
unless
I
he took um a game plan out of Cejudo's because Cejudo was getting back up, but Cejudo's a wrestler too, so
that's
you
the
know
thing.
that's the difference.
But yeah, man, if it's on the feet and Sterling, he's been knocked out before. He got knocked down by El Moraes.
Yeah,
So if it's in the feet, he Sterling, I don't know, he gets comfortable or he gets confident and he gets caught, his lights out, and yeah, it's over. But I got Sterling.
yeah, yeah. We'll see.
But
It's gonna be a good fight. Hopefully it's not one of those boring fights where like he just lays on top of him and kills time. It's a possibility, but
I
that's
think
part of
that
the game.
I think that's how it's gonna be, man.
Yeah. So
Um, but
been
yeah,
streaming.
that'll wrap up the UFC. Another exciting card. Like I said, exciting Saturday. We got Niners, we
Yeah,
got Messi, we got the UFC. But to wrap it all up, I'll stop sharing this. Canelo Charlo. This is obviously we're getting a little bit ahead. It's in September. What do you think?
yo, that height difference is crazy.
And the thing is, Charlo's going up in weight.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. I Canelo should win. Uh, Canelo went up in weight. He's fought at 168 like 5 times already.
Well, this one's
Uh,
at 168, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Well, he
So
he went up to 175 at the
yeah,
debut, no?
and Kovacic, I believe.
Kovalev, yeah.
Uh, so Canelo should win. But the size difference is kind of scary though, because you're like, damn, that fool looks hella big compared to Canelo. But yeah, I think the way Canelo wins goes to the body. It's like cutting a big ass tree. Just hit the body, and then go upstairs.
Isn't the other brother, the other Charlo, he's the better fighter, right?
I always forget because they have a similar ass name, Jermel and
And Jamal, no? I
Jamal.
don't
Some
know how to
yeah,
say. I don't want to. But let me
yeah.
pull up because I think one's still undefeated and undisputed. Well,
Well, the one
no,
that Canelo was fighting
he's
is
on.
undisputed.
Yeah, but aren't they both? It's just the other guy. He took like some time off, no?
Yeah, for what you call it, his mental health issues.
Yeah, something like that. Um, but yeah, I mean, I I want to say it's just gonna be. Canelo doing Canelo thing. Well, hopefully, he. I don't know if you know about like the Breakfast Club. Canelo was on. I don't know if you
Oh
watched it.
yeah, I seen that shit. He talked about Oscar La Hoya,
Yeah, yeah.
all that. Yeah.
And yeah, I mean it's true. Like the last couple of Canelo fights, they haven't been as like strong showings. So hopefully he comes out and he shows the world why he's basically the best boxer in
Why
the
he's
world.
still why he's still the face of boxing.
Yeah, because after what what happened to Spence, man, Bud Crawford,
Fuck.
and then they asked him about it. They asked him like, "Would you fight Bud?" And which makes it. He basically said he can't make 160 anymore.
Yeah.
It's tough on him. So, but he was like, "Why should I go down to him? He wants to prove it. Come up to 168."
Yeah, but he also did say he wouldn't fight him because people are gonna say, "Oh, he fought the smaller guy," and it's the same thing as Crawford said. If he fought Gervonta Davis, he's a smaller guy, and people will critique me about it.
True, true, true. But that would be interesting. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't think it'll happen. Let's say Canelo wins. What do you think's next? Benavides?
Either Benavides or Bivol. I mean, that's the only two fights that I could see for him.
Bivol. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you think it'll be different? I don't think it'll be the same, man. Like
I
he'll
don't
be
think it would be the same. He got that exposure to him. He's a guy like, and he won't be vegan that time because I remember I don't know if that affected him or not, but he
yeah.
wasn't eating meat.
Man, that was the one. I saw that fight. I was like, I've never seen Canelo like that.
Yeah,
Like that guy just he didn't. I feel like he didn't have an answer for him, and the other guy was just too big.
yeah. The fight that I wish that I one of the fights that I mean never happened was I would want was Canelo against Andre Ward.
Mm, yeah.
That would
What
have been a great.
what do you think? What do you think would happen?
I think like I want to go Canelo, but Ward was a fucking beast, man. He was very smart, very
And
smart.
both both in their prime though, right? Because I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah, yeah. You know,
yeah. I mean, I wish I would have seen more of Andre Ward. So
yeah,
I'm not gonna. But I would pick Canelo just because
yeah,
I've seen more of Canelo.
yeah. I agree.
All right, Jaime. You got anything or any wrap ups? Anything we forgot to mention?
Nah. Oh, well, I mean, we talked about it a little through text, but that tackle from well, not tackle, but it was an accident. That Marcelo, dude, like if you watch his highlights throughout his career, he does that same. He's
He
done
does
that
it.
all the time, and that guy's leg was just there. Like, and have you seen this video of recovering? He's already like recovering. He's already going through that process. But fuck, man, that shit look nasty.
But like so he seems in good spirits. Obviously, I mean,
Yeah, yeah, he's in
yeah.
good.
I mean, even Marcelo, he took the red card. He was like, yeah. I mean, like obviously he didn't mean like to break his leg.
Yeah.
There was nothing he could have done. Like it's just unfortunate, and he felt really bad. And
And you're talking about Marcelo, like one of the. I mean, I don't know him personally, but from what I've seen and everything, he's a very genuine dude.
yeah, it's not Pepe.
So yeah, if it came from Pepe, that's a whole different. I'd be like, all right, that's on purpose.
Nah, but I feel like say what you want about Pepe. I don't think he would ever want to break someone's. Actually, I take that. I don't
I
know.
don't know. You gotta piss him off.
Nah, but I don't think any soccer player wants to break any like at that level. They don't
Yeah,
want to because they know it's like, man, I'm affecting. He won't be able to provide for his family and all that.
yeah.
It's just an unfortunate thing, horrific injury, and I just wish him the best. Hopefully, he's back.
Yep.
But yeah, that one was tough. Um, actually, one last thing that I wanted to mention, or we can put this topic up. I know we this probably might be a long one, but what do you want to see? Uh, obviously, what do you want to see from Lance on this next game against the Broncos?
Uh, better passes. Uh, and be able to like uh I didn't see him like well, I mean maybe because I was asleep, but and then from the highlights that I saw, uh just to be able to use his athleticism more. But I don't know if he's like scared because of his ankle. Uh so a little bit of both of that, yeah.
The thing about Lance that, like I said, even in this Raiders game, he just never does the same mistake twice. He learns from it.
Right.
So I was talking about the guy breaking down film. He made a like on the first play, he went to the wrong side. Later on in that game, that same play, he went to the right side. So he learned. So I feel like what he does this next game, if he's getting better, I feel like that's all I want to see because I know okay, he's learning, he's improving. Obviously, he needs time, and he's not like a lost cause like people are saying that. Yeah, trade him,
Yeah.
cut him. So that's what I want to see, and hopefully. And another thing that I forgot to mention was también the Niners weren't running the ball. Like when it's an actual game, the Niners are gonna run the ball. They're
Yeah.
gonna run the ball, and I felt like when Lance was out there, they were just throwing it back to back to back. Like put some running plays in there, because then the defense is gonna be like, oh shit, they're gonna run, and then that's when you play action, and then that's when you get those big plays, because the
Yep.
defense won't be prepared. So obviously, it's preseason, and I understand why Shanahan wanted him to throw more because he wants to see, all right, let's see what you can do.
Right.
But if he can just mix up, because I feel like when he started playing better, Shanahan was mixing in the runs. So if he improves and if he looks good, all those people that said, he's a bum, he's a bust, keep that same energy. I want to hear it.
Yep.
And if he plays
'Cause
bad,
who
he plays
knows?
bad.
Because who knows? It's a possible. I don't want to say, but with our history, you know, there's a possibility Purdy could, get injured, and that's our
That's
second. You know,
that's
that's it's a possibility. You never know.
that is a great point because another thing in the past 5 years, we've only had one season, the 2019 season, where we've had one quarterback play. All
Yeah.
the other ones, don't forget Nick Mullins, CJ Beathard. And last year we had four: Lance, Garoppolo, Purdy, Josh Johnson,
Right.
McCaffrey.
But
So
do you think there's a possibility this season, sometime in the regular season, we'll see Sam Darnold take a snap? Like,
yes,
okay, and not just to like end the game and fourth
nah,
quarter, like
man,
actually start.
like I said, I don't wish injury upon anyone. I hope Purdy is healthy, but man, the first two games he broke his ribs. Remember, he
Yeah.
was when we were gonna play Seattle. Yeah, he played.
Oh,
He
that's
toughed it
right.
out. He broke his ribs, and then the arm thing. Like, man, I don't want to wish anything upon, but what happens, when if someone hits his arm and he's like, I messed up my arm or whatever. He's also small. He
Yeah.
gets hit. So why would we trade Trey Lance? Let's keep him because that's the reason why we got Sam Darnold and this quarterback room because they're like we don't want what happened last year to happen to us again.
Yeah.
So if like I said, if Lance is improving, because last year no one knew about Brock Purdy. Like no
Nope.
one was like, man, good thing we kept Brock Purdy. The Niners didn't know about Brock Purdy. If they really thought Brock Purdy was that guy, they would have not signed Jimmy
Well,
Garoppolo.
yeah. I mean, they saw something in him if they got rid of Sudfeld.
They saw something, but they
Yeah.
didn't see
They
like
weren't sure.
he's gonna be our starting quarterback.
Yeah.
So they didn't even know about him. So we don't know. And that's the thing. A lot of people don't know. Trey Lance is younger than Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I'm not advocating for Trey Lance to be our starter. Our starter is Brock Purdy. But let's pump the brakes on Trey Lance.
Yeah.
He's his preseason as well. He's trying things out there to see what he can do and what he cannot do. But that's all I got to say. And I think that's a wrap up.
So, well, people, uh, thank you for staying this long. Remember, subscribe, share, like, etc. And thanks for rocking with us.
Thank you guys.
Deuces.
Deuce.